now we're unmuted. Hello and welcome to the next episode. You've all marked your calendars. It's Backlog Battler, April 27th. We're coming to you live to talk about the games we've played, what's going on in the gaming world, and of course, today we are going to have a little fun. This is an underpowered production. My name is Shelby Stokes, and co-hosting tonight, the one, the only, Philip Karen in the house.
Running full speed to get this up and going, and now we are here. We can breathe, we can relax, and we're live. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
I got good news. The first part of your sentence was completely muted. We are doing this live, and I've just guaranteed that to be the case. Yeah, we ran in here with our hair on fire, guys. It's sunny out. Our families are like, we need your attention. I'm like, really? On a night like tonight when I got to talk about video games on the internet? Like, you're really
biggest night of the week.
Harshing my vibe.
What else? Yeah, what else are you doing with your time? That's all I'm saying.
Seriously.
What else are you doing with your time except for sitting here with us? Nothing. You're not get your priorities in order is what I would say.
Swim lessons? No, get that out of here. We got to play video games. Yep. Okay, we got to play video games.
Bedtime early for everyone tonight.
Oh my gosh. So in fact, I know I'm going completely off script to start, but my kids have done what your kids did just recently, where they have fallen in love with a game, and that game is now concluded, and they don't understand that that game is over. And they're like, we want to go replay that game. And I'm like, no, we got to move on. Next game, baby. Bigger, brighter horizons. Let's move on. They're like, no, Daddy, please play the old game. No.
Well, I had the similar experience where we finished Legend of Zelda, and then my son was like, it's over. And I'm like, yeah, they don't let you free roam around. It's over. That's it. That's the end of it. And he was like, we can't do anything else. I'm like, nope, this is the end. So the story is over, and now you can pick something else or you can start a new game. So
I'm just imagining you pulling the cartridge out of the Switch and just snapping it in two. Like, the game is over.
I wasn't intending 150 hours into that game, if that's what you're suggesting.
Oh
yes.
My gosh.
I did not plan in my life to do 150 hours.
So it's funny because that is a game that I was considering jumping onto with the kiddos, is the Breath of the Wild game. But I figure, you know what? I'm going to get more enough Zelda here in the near future. I think I'm just going to pull that back.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really, at this point, it's not really an adventure that you want to go on anyway, so might as well not undo Pandora's box for that experience.
That's right. So not in the run of show, but one of my favorite older parts of this show was our dad joke of the week. And I don't know if I've ever told you my favorite dad joke. Are you ready for it?
No, I'm not prepared, so go for it.
What kind of pants does Mario wear?
I don't know what.
Denim.
Why? Oh my goodness.
Nailed it!
Why? That's up there on the list of the worst. That's so good.
Isn't it so good? It's one of my faves.
Oh man, it hurts so good.
It hurts so good. So there you go. There's your dad joke for the day. Use it wherever you'd like. We're going to talk about Mario a little bit later today because Philip has seen the wonderful Mario movie, and I saw it a couple weeks ago. So we'll hop into that. But first and foremost, let's start with an exciting game clip, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's see if we can get this thing right. Boom. Yep. Things are happening. Exciting game clip coming to you live with no volume. Oh, there's volume.
Got him. Oh, that guy's up top. He's up top. He's all the way up top. How can you? How do you ping? Oh, I found him. He's down below here. Got them both.
Holy shit! Let's go.
Feels good, doesn't it? Feels good to start the show off with something like that, just to remind you that you're not 18, but you're not quite dead yet.
My favorite part is Nathaniel's laugh. Like, he has probably one of the best laughs of everything. Like, he wins laughter.
I would agree. It's probably one of the most iconic voices that you've ever heard in your life, especially in a crowded theater when no one else is talking.
He's a little bit of crack in his voice. I love it. So I guess first things first, we're going to do a couple of things. And what we're going to do next is we're going to do a review of a candy so you don't have to go out on a limb and buy it. And what did you bring for our show today, Phil?
Well, we brought, both of us have this Twix cookie dough. I'm going to be honest with you. There's yours. You have a larger one than I got. I got just the kid size.
Dude, I got a Mad Daddy. My wife is like, "Oh,
So
you
I'm
got
gonna
us chocolate to try," and I go, "Yeah, no, this is for me. This is for me. I'm gonna eat it all by myself."
be honest. It's Twix cookie dough. They're not sponsoring the show. I
Yeah,
don't have high hopes for this because I feel like. Did you just smell it?
did.
You just wanted to smell the vintage, huh? Just like it smell. Yeah, smells like processed chocolate and cookie dough.
It was a
I
good
love it.
year. It was a good year for chocolate.
It
That good
was.
old, that good old
All
chocolate.
right.
Oh,
Let's
okay, you
see.
ready?
You know, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But actually,
Mm,
quite delightful. Still maintains the integrity of
mm.
a Twix.
It
I didn't
fin
think it was going to be that way, but
it
actually quite good.
finishes salty. I'm a fan.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a
me too.
fan. It's
Actually,
pretty
it's got
good.
some
It's
layers
pretty
to it.
good.
Some literal layers to it.
At first, when I took the first bite, I'm just like, this is just a Twix. Like, I've been bamboozled. They just changed the packaging. This is the exact same Twix, and I'm angry about it. But at the end, it's like, no, there's some sleeper cookie dough. It's about ready to hit your taste buds, bladow. And here I am, like, happy boy, happy boy. Let me wash it down
That's
with my
good.
non-alcoholic
Yeah,
drink.
it's good.
So if you see this in a store, buy it, try it. Let us know what you think. Because Twix Cookie Dough will one day sponsor this podcast, but that day is not today.
No, it's
Um,
not.
no, we're still on base income salary in this household, so I mean it's all good. We're just rocking and rolling here.
Yeah, that was quite surprising.
It was.
I'm impressed.
It was. Okay, so if you're watching the stream, you may see something you haven't seen before, and it's this little black box. What's in the little black box? Today, we're going to try something a little bit new. So if you're watching the stream, here's what's going on. This wonderful graphic informs us that we are now going to choose, as a group, what game I will be playing next. So let me set the scene for you. You wake up in a dungeon, bum bum bum. You hear the drip 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 of water down the hallway, and you also hear a scurry of a rat, and a potion sits right through the bars. You hear, "Be quiet," the guard says from down the hallway, and then you look up to see a rusted lock upon the door. What do? Do you choose to A, befriend the rat, 2, drink the hidden potion, or 3, attempt to pick the lock with the guard standing by? We want you to drop in the chat 1, 2, or 3, and what's going to happen is this is going to inform us on what game I am forced to play next. We're going to be scratching it off the backlog, and I don't know what it's going to be, but hey, if you want to drop one of those numbers in the chat at some point tonight, you will be able to dictate what exactly I'll be playing. Clear as mud, Phil?
I like it. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I'm super down with it. I'm going to start by choosing my own numbers since I have the master keys to the city, and I'm going to choose number 1.
Number
So
1. Okay, we got.
wow, and look, we got a couple of number 1s in the chat. So I choose number 1 as well. Eric chooses number 1.
I mean,
So there's 2 number 1s right now.
I'm kind of surprised we're trying to befriend the rat. And now that I'm looking at befriend, I don't even know if that's spelled right. We're going to befiend the rat is what we're going to do. One rodent at a time, and we're going to take over the world. So there we go. We're going to reveal that a little bit later and see what game that may be. So Enrique, thanks for your vote. We're now with 1-1 with the rat. No pink potion for y'all, huh? Rude. That's just messed up. I don't know what to say. I'm slightly offended, but I guess we'll get over it.
Well, I mean, you don't have a choice. Number 1 is what it's going to be. You are outvoted at this point. So I hope that whatever game that you associated with number 1 is going to be worth your time.
Yeah,
I hope.
no, it's going to be Moss, but with the headset in my bunker all alone. That's what's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be petting rats. No, actually, it's not a game. It's actually I have to go buy rats and try to take care of them for as long as I can. I think Enrique likes rats because that's what he feeds his snakes, I'm guessing. Enrique, let me know. Do the snakes eat the rats? Is that how that works? And then the goose chases the grandmother down the road, And then the pig chases the
And the
goat.
cow jumps, and the cow jumps over the moon.
And the fork married the spoon. Exactly right. We've gone full circle. Exactly right.
Yes.
That's not all we're doing today. We're doing some crowd interaction. Drop 1, 2, or 3. You've done that, and we're also going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway, aren't we, Phil?
We are. I mean, I'm excited because we don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in there. I don't know. I actually don't know what's in there. We've never opened this, but it's going to be. Eric, my suggestion would be don't go anywhere because you may be winning this tonight.
It is a box made of rainbows, folks. There's rainbows in this box. And I will say that I do have to make one stipulation. There is a soda pop from Funko that I believe that I am going to have to keep either way. I know that's in there. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll see how it comes out in the wash. But I don't like to part with my goodies. And I started collection. I have 3 of them right now. I bought Geralt, I bought Captain America, and I brought the OG Luke Skywalker. So we are going to be opening that a little bit later, and then hopefully we can add to your collection and mine with Rainbow Box. It's a box made of rainbows. Okay.
I mean, you didn't tell anybody. You didn't tell anybody the backstory behind this gift, which is that we met for the first time in real life after 10 months of being on the Underpowered team. We actually met in real life and picked out that box, both impulsively at the very last second. But I think it's going to be, I'm actually very excited and kind of jealous because I kind of want to know what's inside.
I want to know what's inside too. I'm very excited, and I think that it could be something very, very cool. We were at BobaCon, and we just saw it kind of randomly, and it's like Snatchiola, and hey, we may go buy more. I got some other stuff coming to my house that we're going to get away in the future, so stay classy, and hopefully you can win something. Yeah. So that is what's going on. That gift is being given away a little bit later tonight. That's the mystery box giveaway. But now it's time for your social interaction. Are you ready to get social, Philip?
Oh man, this is my favorite thing.
Let's do it. That's right, because we are officially indoor kids. We are going to try to do a tier maker, and it is Nintendo 64 games. So let me pull this up. Let me also do a little bit of that. Here's what we're looking at right now. We have some GoldenEye, some 1080 snowboarding, some Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, you got the rare hits from back in the day. Let's rats make great pets. I'm just reading that. I don't know that I agree with that. Rats scare me. You know, they did almost cause the downfall of humanity back in the 1800s. So I don't know if keeping them close to your person is a smart move. You know what I mean? That just feels like you are welcoming death, which is also scary.
Yeah, I mean, so I did grab this tier list. I figured in the honor of, since we did not play many Super Nintendo games, as many as we thought, I figured that we would continue on. And actually, did you play much at Nintendo 64?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I am pretty well informed on the majority of these games. There's so much nostalgia wrapped into them that's going to be hard for me to be like, yeah, this one's not good, because there is so much nostalgia here. So why don't you kick us off? What happens first?
Okay. So I'm gonna put something. What are our tiers here? S tier is the top, as always. I'm gonna say GoldenEye, obvious S tier.
GoldenEye's agreed. Totally holy tier list. Like, that's definitely going high on the list. No one's allowed to be odd job. If you are odd job, that's cheating, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows that that's
Proximity
cheating.
mines and pistols. That's the only mode that you play.
Which one?
Proximity mines and pistols.
Proximity
only.
Mines. What was the one where it was like one hit kill too? That was it. GoldenEye's aged terribly. I would believe it, but in my memory, it is so magical. Man, good choice. I mean, I think that there are so many good titles here. I am going to say Smash Bros is high on that list as well. I think that's S tier still. Like, I still played this game in 2006, and at that point it was 20 years old. It felt like. So, I mean, freaking killer game right there.
Yeah, I'm going to take 1080 snowboarding and put that A tier.
A tier. Okay. All right. I don't know much about that.
I played a lot of that game. Played a ton of that game.
Oh, Daddy's here. That's right. HG's in the chat. We were just talking about you earlier. All good things. Let's see. Excite Bike goes high on this list for me. I don't know if you all played Excite Bike, but this game took hours and hours from me. I'm going a strong B tier with Excite Bike. I mean, good game. Was it a must play? Probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna take. Let's just to continue on down the list. I'm gonna do a D tier and say Mario Golf.
Ooh, the hate on the Mario Golf. It started with like the energy bar. Like that's when the energy bar started with the 3-tap. Okay, all right. Let's see how it is. Okay, there's an obvious S tier right here, but we're gonna overlook that for now, and we are going to go with an E tier game, which is going to be Pokemon Snap. Not even a real game, okay? You are literally on rails looking for Pokemon and hitting a button. Like, nope, I know. We were there as children. People are like, this game is so cool. I'm like, this game is boring as hell. Get this thing out of here.
I'm actually going to do another hater one here, and I'm going to put Majora's Mask down in D tier.
What? Majora's Mask in D tier?
I know Dr. Z loves Majora's Mask as well. I could not get past the fact that every time you left a dungeon, you lost all of your inventory.
Oh man, Linda the
all
Gamer
your bombs,
Girl
arrows.
is in the building. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about Majora being that low. I mean, Majora, it definitely has its faults, but I don't know that it's D tier. Like D tier is catastrophic. Like you are going down hard on that one. But okay, all right, I'll do respect.
Why don't you pick the next two?
Okay, I feel like we need to fill this F tier space. What are we gonna put in F tier? F tier.
How about Yoshi's Story?
No, actually, let me tell you a story about Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story was a game that I was so excited about because Yoshi's Island was such a banger game that when this one came out, I bought it on day one, spent all my allowance on it, and the night that I played it for like 3 hours and wept myself to sleep because the game was so bad. I have a vivid memory of my mom being like, it's okay, things happen. And I am losing my mind like a little kid, just destroyed because I've spent my allowance on this title that is absolute horse garbage, which is probably a lot of the reason I don't pre-buy games anymore.
That's so funny. Why don't you pick another one? Why don't you pick a secondary one?
Let's do it. Let's go. I'll go C tier. C tier. This is games that are like, yeah, you know what? Mad respect. I'm cool with it. Like it's around. I think that I'm going. I want to say Jet Force Gemini actually takes a B tier. I really liked
that's a good choice.
Jet Force Gemini, but
so
try to go back and play that game. Have you tried to play it recently?
No, I really don't do any. Is that the one with the bugs?
That's the one with the bugs.
You just shoot them. Oh man, I have such good memories of that game. I just don't want to revisit it.
No, the controls are hot garbage. Yeah, the controls are hot garbage going back. The rare replay. I tried to get into it. I'm like, I'm gonna go replay this game. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it.
All right, my two picks are gonna be C tier is gonna be Perfect Dark, because I think that was highly overrated. Everyone was stoked. It came out after Goldeneye. Wasn't that great. People played it for like 2 weeks. And then I'm going to put one in E tier or at the F tier because I've never played it. But I'm assuming Hey You Pikachu probably goes towards the bottom of the list.
Hey You Pikachu? What is this game? And why does it have that weird controller? Eric, I need to know. What is the knobber for the Pikachu for? Like, what do you do with that? Do you blow into it and go Pika Pika, or what's that gameplay look like?
I don't have it. I don't have any idea.
I'm just gonna say this Pac-Man Galaxy. This is F tier. Like, there's no way. That feels like shovelware before shovelware became an issue. That's where that lands, is in the F tier. We got to go Tony Hawk Pro Skater. To me, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is a PlayStation title. It's not an N64 title. So I'm going to put it in the A tier. I think it's an S tier title, but I don't think the Nintendo was the place to place Pro Skater.
Okay. Well then let's take some obvious ones. Let's take Ocarina of Time. I think is S tier.
S tier for sure.
I don't think there's any way.
No debate. One of the best games ever made. Period.
And then, yeah, agreed. I completely agree. And then I'm going to put one higher on the list. I'm going to say B tier is going to be Mario Tennis.
Oh,
I played
wow.
the hell out of Mario Tennis when I was young. Stayed up way past my bedtime playing that, and that was one of the few sports games I really, really enjoyed.
That is so funny because Mario Tennis, like that title is partly why I continue to want to buy the Mario Tennis game that just recently came out because of all the fond memories that I had there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna shake up the internet. Diddy Kong Racing is an E tier game. It's down on the list.
Boom, love it,
Yeah,
love
like
it.
come on, like Donkey Kong Racing,
Agree,
if you're gonna do it, play the real McCoy, which is obviously Mario Kart 64. And I think that belongs in S tier. Still a party game.
agreed,
Anytime. Like you can
agreed.
always plug that in and you always have fun.
I'm gonna put F-Zero X down in E tier, even though I never played it, because the first F-Zero was overrated, and so that one's got to be overrated.
That's right. Definitely an E tier for sure. I definitely didn't slide it into F tier because it's freaking horrible and I never played it. No, I actually never tried that game. I probably can't just drag it like that, but I did. How about Harvest Moon 64?
Never played.
Do we just have like a never played category?
Yeah, just drop them all in F tier. Clearly, they were so terrible, or we were so broke that we just didn't play those ones.
Clearly. I think Pilot Wings is severely overrated. C tier.
Great.
I think you're just like wandering around with an airplane, like whoop-de-doo, Basil, let's go towards the blue sky again. It's like, seriously? Come up with some more innovative gameplay. Where you land on the Mario parties?
I only played the first one, which was okay. But the other two I never played, so those can move on. Well, I will say to you, while we're doing this, if you want to rerun through your little side quest here of choosing 1, 2, and 3, you have enough people in the chat now that they can actually vote.
That's exactly what it is. This is a side quest that we're doing tonight. And in this side quest, we are trying to figure out how best to break out of the dungeon that you are hypothetically locked in, is the word that I'm looking for. The dungeon that you are hypothetically locked in. Do you A, befriend the rat, 2, drink the potion, or 3, pick the lock? Drop 1, 2, or 3 in the chat here, and at the end we are going to figure out which game I'm going to play next based on that loose interpretation of whatever the heck that next game is. Oh, Megan's in the chat. What up, Megs? Thanks for coming in. I texted her and I was like, oh, CK, what's up, my man? What's going on? CK goes with 3 and picks the lock. Okay, are you keeping track of this?
Yeah, you're not looking good right now. You've got 3 votes for number 1 and 1 vote for number 3. So right now it's looking like number 1 is going to be your choice. But time will tell as the show goes on what game you are going to be made to play at the end of the show.
Time will def tell. I like that. Banjo-Kazooie, high on this list, A tier. Boom. Banjo-Tooie, a watered down re-release, B tier. Rapid fire. Mario parties are great. They're all the exact same game, and the game's got a little bit better and a little bit worse with every iteration. So they all fall at the exact same level, which is B. So we're just gonna put all 3 of these in B.
I'm gonna do an A tier here for Cruisin' USA, man. We all sat in those booths and played that game, but that is the only format in which we played the game.
Cruisin'.
All right, you could rattle off. What do you got? What do we got left?
Boom, a Star Fox 64. It's S or A. I mean, where does it fall for you?
I never played it.
Oh, dude, that would be a game that you could probably not go back and play, but it was very good at the time. HG's saying, "Hey, pick this lock, bro. Pick this lock with number 3." Okay, we got 3 1s, 2 3s. Things are popping off. Mario 64, S tier game. Have we overlooked that one? The rest of these, Wave Race. Where you fall in Wave Race? Oh boy,
pretty high on the list actually. Probably
so
B tier or A tier because I played a lot of that jet ski game along with the snowboarding game.
Dude, you remember when you unlocked the dolphin at some point?
I don't think I was skilled enough to do that.
Dude, you had to it was in Game Informer or whatever, Nintendo Power, and you figured out how to hack it. It was the thing.
Yeah.
I played the heck out of this Star Wars game. I doubt I can go back and play it, but I think I got to put it in B tier for nostalgia. Pod racing was kind of boring. We played it a little bit, and there it was. Squadrons. Any input on Squadrons?
No input on Squadrons.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was better than the Racer. And these Pokemon games, oops.
Bottom out, both.
I don't know.
Bottom out.
Super
Yeah, because I
Mario.
don't either.
And Donkey Kong 64, I think this was a really good one of these. And I really liked
Yep,
it. And they should make another
agreed.
Donkey Kong 64. Even though it feels like just Banjo-Kazooie reskinned. Megan comes in the
Yep.
chat. The Dolphins were fine. The Dolphins were it. You could drive the Dolphin. For the rest of these games, I can just randomly cast judgment on them, like I've done for the rest of
Great.
them. Okay.
Yeah, just fill in, make the graph look like it's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. Doom 64. Okay. Kirby.
Okay.
Sure. That second GoldenEye game I played, but was never as good as the first. Paper Mario deserves to be higher on this list. And Mega Man 64. I'm sure Casey has an opinion on this. But there we go. There it is. We put it at E tier. Hopefully Casey doesn't cancel us because that's how that
You
happens.
heard it here first.
So there
This
it
is the
goes.
official list.
This is the official list. Write it in stone. That is where it lands. So there it is. Well done. That is the ranking of the N64 games. So there you go. If you have any opinions, you let us know. Otherwise, this is the word and everybody agrees with it, right, Phil?
Everything there is a fact.
Everything there is fact. It is fact. People are saying it's huge. It's fact. Everyone is saying. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to our next segment. You got something, Phil? I think I stepped on you.
Mm-mm.
What do I do with
You're
an
good to
hour a
go.
day? I waste my life in front of a box holding gamer sticks and make myself feel better.
It's 11 p.m. Should I play games or should I go to bed?
You should always play games rather than go to bed. Been playing some really good games recently, and I think you have too, Phil. Let's talk about it with your first game out of the gate.
Yeah, so for me, you can pull up a clip. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've hammered this like 4 episodes in a row, but I finally saw end credits on Atomic Heart. I have a clip there of the boss before the final boss. The final bosses were very exciting. Well, this is actually the final boss, so we can look at this. So this is the final boss of the game. Spoiler alert, if you didn't want to know, now you know, but it was actually quite challenging. You had to fight these two ladies here, these two robot ladies, and they jack you up. I didn't do any of the side quests because I think doing the side quests for the attachments was a waste of time, but it clearly wasn't because it took me about 8 tries on stream to finish this, but it was fun and exciting. I enjoyed my playthrough. I wouldn't play it again. I have my complaints about the game. Overall, I think it could have been a lot better, but the ending was satisfying, and I felt like it was worth my time. I always run into this issue where I slog through the final 3 hours of a shooter where I'm just like, just get me straight to the end.
Yeah. I mean, this game really looks pretty, and I think that's probably what would help carry me through it is just its gunplay, and it's a super pretty one of these.
Yep.
And the combat looks pretty good. It seems like the story and the dialogue were probably the weak points here, but correct me if I'm wrong, but the combat looks to be one of the most redeeming parts of this title.
Yeah, the combat is good. I mean, really, though, your only abilities to maneuver, right, are dodge left and right. So you really can just dodge back and forth, and you can do some jumping. You have 2 different abilities, so you can use ice or shock, and then you have a secondary ability like telekinesis or shield. And the side quests really boost you up. But the combat was really fun. The music sometimes is out of place. The dialogue is terrible on this game. And yeah, it's a
I gotta
wrap.
be honest. I tried to rewatch one of your streams at one point, and that music was so horrendous that I could not handle it. Like I literally had to turn it off because it was just like it felt like Rammstein. I don't even know if that's an insult or not, but that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting old. I mean, we're old gamers now, and so like that pumping electronic music that's super intense when you're in the middle of a battle, and then you have one enemy left, and you got to go figure out where that enemy is, and you're looking all over the map, but then there's this intense, heavy guitar rock music in the background ready to go, and you're just like, where is this last enemy so I can get this music to stop playing. So yeah, that's I would agree with you 100%. I walked away several nights with a migraine after playing that game.
Make it stop. Make it stop. Well, good. Well, that is Atomic Heart. I'm glad you enjoyed it and saw credits on that. I know it's been like a ongoing. You really have had to work at that to see in credits. So I'm glad you finally did.
Yeah, we put it to bed. What about you?
I've been playing a handful of games. I brought two to share with today, and the first of which is a little game called Citizen Sleeper. Now, Citizen Sleeper is a game that got a lot of praise for 2022's Game of the Year. It's essentially a point and click adventure esque game where you are working in like tabletop dice rolls. So, what you're seeing here is you are seeing the character kind of go to bed, and then when they wake up, the dice are rolled on the top of the board there, and then you can choose to dedicate each one of those die to different actions in the world. And essentially, what it allows you to do is progress the story in different places or with different characters specifically. And it's kind of an interesting title in that it is very story heavy. You know, I'm kind of an individual that was like, oh man, I need a break from all of this talkie. And then I got right back into a game that was super talkie. And what I have to say is I enjoyed this game far more than I thought I would. What you're seeing here is kind of waking up and taking on a new cycle. And I think that's really where the loop of this game really takes you. You're like, okay, one more thing. I'm just going to do one more thing. I'm just going to progress the story just a little bit. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll just go and rest before I hop into the next cycle. And then once you hop into that next cycle, you're immediately back in and you are going and like, okay, well, maybe just a little bit more. And you constantly rinse and repeat that. And it's hard to put down for that because of that.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't tell everyone the backstory here, which is the backstory is for those that don't pay attention to our YouTube shorts or our short form content, that you were 5 hours into this game and due to a broken game glitch, you lost all of your progress.
I did.
So you started this over again.
I did not. I got burnt at 5 hours of gameplay, and I looked it up on how long to beat, and it says it's about 6 to 7 hours. I think I realistically, with my playthrough, had another 5 hours. I don't feel like I was halfway through, but I'm not going to go back and replay 5 hours of gameplay. I'm just not. I'm going to say this is a pretty darn good game if you're into like the story-based, tied in with this little tabletop dice roll mechanic, which is very cool. I would say go for it. Otherwise, like it's like reading a book. It's like you sit down and you enjoy it. And I found like I would get in runs where it was really good, but when you are playing through a game, then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I'm not getting any achievements, and I don't see a save file. I better just close out and reopen it, and then your entire profile is gone. It's like break my heart, dude. Break my heart.
I mean, I wouldn't do it either at this point. At this point in time, I wouldn't start the game over again. Stamp it, move it on.
Yeah, for sure. I will say that it's highly disappointing. It's pretty good. I know Dr. Z loved it, and I greatly respect his input on games. But for me, I'm gonna call that done. So I liked it. I didn't love it. Would I tell you to play it? I'd say maybe. Hard maybe. If you lose screenshots and you like it, great. If not, take it off.
Mark it off.
Mark it off.
What else have you been playing?
Oh, I have been playing a little game called Pyre. Can we talk about Pyre for a second?
Yes, let's.
The music of Pyre is probably one of the best qualities of this game. And I know you can't hear it, Phil, but like just the bass line that's coming through, it's like da-na-na-na. Like this is a game that has serious vibes, awesome character work, and the music is top notch. I think the music and the characters are the most redeeming qualities. The combat in this game is pretty cool. It's just very sparse. In other words, like you'll play and then you'll get like 10 or 15 minutes of dialogue and learning characters and stuff of that nature. And then you get to play through some of the combat, which is really dope. Like I'll show you some of that, but at the same time, like you kind of really got to slog through some of that character dialogue in order to get where you need to be. Had I this to do over again, I would not choose to play this on stream because I'm basically like reading into a camera for an hour, maybe an hour or 2 hours at a time, and that's just not the way this game should be enjoyed. When I did play this off stream, much more enjoyable.
I mean, it seems like it's a game that you want to sit back and relax and just chill and put your feet up and kind of casual play it. I did notice from when I was watching the playthrough that it had, like you said, 10 minutes of dialogue and then really short spurts of combat. So maybe 1 to 5 minutes for each. Really, the combat was not really the focus of the game. The dialogue and character models were what the real focus of the game, and the combat was there as to supplement and move the action along, it seemed like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great observation. Like what I will say is when you get into that combat, it is pretty amazing. But it's just getting to that combat can sometimes be a little bit it's just too far and few and far between. I'll pull a little here's some of the action. So essentially you are running back and forth with the team, trying to get the ball into the other team's goal, or in this case, a pyre, which you are trying to douse with flame, which is exactly what you're doing here. So pretty good. There's Pyre.
Yeah. Did you finish it? Did you see end credits?
I'm going to say that I finished it, even though I did not finish it. And the reason I'm saying that is I got to the end, and essentially you're trying to like go through this big tournament to get free from the underworld. That's the whole story. And then at the end, you're like, okay, we're going to release one character. And if you want to go back and beat more, then you can release a second character. And at that point, I'm like, nope, not going to go retread old stuff. Like, just not going to do it. So, I was following a walkthrough, and the last chapter is like, go back and do it 5 more times. And I was like, nope, not gonna do that.
Sometimes you just know you've gotten what you want from the experience, and now we need to move on.
That's it. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. So, Citizen Sleeper, meh. Pyre, I liked it more than I thought I would, but also not like a full 5-star recommendation. Like, I would give it like a 3.5 or 4-star on that one.
Sounds like you're overdue. It sounds like you're overdue for an out-of-body experience here for with the next game that you play. It's got to be high energy, maybe Doom. Maybe something with lots of shooting or actually, as we'll talk about later in the show, Jedi Survivor coming out tonight. So maybe that will be your next game of choice.
I think I have to buy it. Like I need it. I need it in my life. I didn't pre-buy it because I'm a silly pants, but I'm going to buy that game. Like that's going to happen like in the next 48 hours. I have to work all weekend, which is kind of lame, but it's definitely coming down for sure.
Yeah.
You recently got a new game though that you seem to be really enjoying.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Z for letting me borrow this game in real time. So that, like I made a big joke about before, this is a case, everybody. If you want to know what a case looks like, yes, we used to hold games inside here. They would fit quite nicely, and you close it up, and it makes this nice snapping sound when you close it. So I borrowed this. I like the old school way. And sometimes you run into games that are just a time and a place, right?
Mhm.
And they are a moment in time when you are looking for something and it's exactly what you need. And that's what this game is. The plot, I don't really care about the plot at all. I actually have not been paying attention. If I could spam, I can't spam faster through the dialogue sections than I can. But these games, you can fast forward through this clip closer. The world feels alive. You can see here you play as a couple different characters. If you're familiar with the Ratchet and Clank games, I super wasn't. They have all kinds of areas on the map and things you can unlock and different guns and weapons, and you'll be running along, and then there will be inventory systems, and there will be these monsters that are standing in and about the world. And overall, I've been having a blast with this. This is a game that was clearly designed for the PS5, right? The contextual triggers work really well. The dashing and how much you push down on the buttons, like you can see here, you're just running along, and there's these big guys you got to fight, and little things like this are happening all the time throughout the game. And the pacing in this, they've trimmed all of the extra game out of this. It's like next area, next area, next area, next area. This is a very clippable game. As you can see, I brought a ton of clips from this one. You don't have to pull all of them up, but you can pull any of them up that you want to see different versions of the combat here. It just flow. It's a very fast-paced game.
It's so
on to the
pretty.
next area, on to the next area.
It's
It's really nice.
so
And
pretty.
some people like I said, I think that this would be a buying a system worth game, surprisingly, just because I think it was really the first game that I felt was specifically designed for the PS5 and taken into consideration the controller and the contextual triggers for when you push down, how hard you push down on the triggers makes different things happen. But you can just see here, you go in, you know exactly what you're there to do. You're here to clear out bad guys. You're here to you knock them all down. You get secret side quests. And this game has something in it that is one of my favorite mechanics in a game, which is it has a battle arena. I know that God of War, I believe, has one as well. I love battle arenas in games because you don't have to go very far for a side quest. You could just fight through the tiers of the battle arena and unlock different things as you get stronger. So I've been really enjoying it. It's been really fun. Nice break from these long slogging shooters. But yeah, I've been super into it.
Dude, that's so great. Like that is a game that makes me want to buy a PS5. Like it just looks so good. The movement looks great, and I've heard the weapons are like very well varied as well. I don't know how far
Yeah.
into it, but it seems like that was a big selling point for it at some point.
Yeah, I mean I probably have 8 weapons already, 6 to 8 weapons, and then each of those weapons has an upgrade tech tree, which is really cool that you can upgrade different bullets, faster shots, whatever it is that you want, and that's really fun to upgrade. But yeah, overall I've been digging it. I've been really digging it.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm glad you're like finally getting your teeth into something. You're like enjoying it. It's beautiful.
It is. I've been really. It's one of the few games, right? I had to slog through Atomic Heart, and honestly, I've had to slog a little bit through God of War. I think that it's just such a huge amount of game, and as we get older, I just want to get on to the next thing. And so this is one where the pacing is extremely quick. So I've been really into it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, let's move on. We are now going to talk about what we've accomplished this week in terms of side quests and achievements. It's time for our achievement sections.
Dude, all you do is hunt for side quests.
Dude, we are so on a side quest binge right now. And it seems like there are some really good games that we're getting into. I will say that the clip I brought was from Citizen Sleeper, and it's titled Tenacity Pays Off. This game has a way about it where you are dedicating dice to like overarching goals. So see in this lower left hand corner where you have 6 of 8 little pips filled, as you put dice towards these things, it fills up that circle. And once you hit a big achievement with like 20 of those pips, which I don't have clipped here, but there are some with a lot of them, you're just like, yes, I have worked my way up at the mill and now I'm a manager and now real things can happen. And it's just one of those moments where like, dude, all I'm doing is putting dice towards some sort of goal, but I'm really digging it. And I'm sure a Chivo would have popped, but guess what? The save file was corrupt, so I had no Chivos pop, and I'm really pissed off about it, Phil. I'm really upset. I have about 95,000 gamer points. I'd like to hit 100, but if the save file is corrupt, there's only so much a man can do. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, one of the great things about having a PS5 that I've noticed is that if on the pause screen, when you go to pause, it will just tell you right there how much, like, according to the main quest, what percentage complete you are done with the game. You don't have to go hunting or look through a walkthrough. And the great part is when you first start off a game, achievements have been popping like crazy for me. But my only quote, right? We have one more clip. Put this to bed so we will never talk about it again on this podcast. Because I know that I have worn this into the ground for about 6 hours, but I put to bed Atomic Heart. That is achievement in and of itself. So I have put that one to bed, and we can now say play it if you want to, play it if you don't. You can pull up one of those clips there, one of the battle arena clips, like that battle arena boss one there. This is the battle arena. I can show that off during the achievement section. This right here is the battle arena for all 3 of these are for Ratchet and Clank. So I did get a bunch of achievements here. The battle arena is obviously optional. They have a bunch of different side quests where it says kill this many guys with this gun, or do a race, or fight this boss, and you have this many bullets, or whatever it is in each tier that you complete. You can see the rift mechanic here too. All of those little yellow areas that are highlighted up, you can essentially hit your left trigger and immediately hook shot yourself over to that area, and it pulls you through there. So I thought it was going to be kind of cheesy, but it turns out to be really great in that you can use it strategically. If you get trapped on a platform with a bunch of people, you can pull yourself to the nearest platform and reposition yourself to continue fighting. So they've made that work really seamlessly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. This game looks so much fun. Like I might need to get a PS5 just to play this game.
That's it.
Dude,
just for this game.
Are you going melee? Or are you going hard on the on the gunzos?
I go hard on the gunzos in these ones. I want the most efficient way. You know, it's shotgun and pistol all the way.
You're
Whatever your
s-
starter gun is, you just upgrade your starter gun. Like I said to you, I'm not joking. You just whatever your starter gun is, you just fully upgrade it, and that's it. Is it time?
You're such a nerd. You're such a nerd. I think it is. Is it time for the giveaway? Shall we do a giveaway and give some stuff away?
All right, we've got subscribers only chat on now, so anybody who is subscribed can type in the chat. We are gonna open that probably after we figure out who has won it. Yeah, and we'll do guess the game, and then we'll see what's inside because we don't know what's in this one, and we really did. Yeah,
We don't know.
Go
We
for
don't
it,
know what's
shall
in
we?
this. We don't know what's in here. We do know it's about $25. I'm just going to say I'm probably going to keep the soda Funko Pop. So don't get your hopes too excited when you see that beautiful piece of madness. But this thing has $25 of knickknacks, patty wax, and we'll throw the dog a bone if you are a sub within the chat. So you just let us know. And while we're doing that, let's hop in to Guess That Game. Also, did they have an intern wrap this? What is that?
I mean, like the rainbow wrapping paper is cool, but it also looks like the cheap wrapping paper that you get on clearance. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is the one that's left over, and yes, it looks like they used 13 pieces of wrapping paper to wrap that up when they only needed one.
They're just like,
I
oh,
will
Christmas
agree with
is over. How are we going to repurpose all of this wrapping paper? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Excellent. Let's play that game that we all know and love. It's called Guess That Game. We are guessing that game here tonight. And while we're guessing that game, drop some in the chat. Say hello on the Twitch channel. And we will be giving away that prize here in a second. So, here we are. We have a game. It is set in the medieval times. There is a shield on the wall. What do you think this game is, Phil?
Oh boy, what is this game? This looks to me like Dishonored.
Dishonored. Okay.
What do you think?
It's not Dishonored, but I appreciate you trying. Like that really this is going to be Chivalry.
Is it?
Uh-oh. Chivalry 2 or Chivalry? I'm going to go Chiv 1. Oh, it's not Chivalry. It's not Chivalry.
Wow, so you've been stumped again.
I've been stumped again. I have no idea what this is. Medieval times. It looks like it could be a base builder. Looks like it really could be.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a base builder. I think so too. I'm just not as familiar with that genre.
What is like an RTS? Age of Empires?
Yeah, could be.
Do you any idea on the Age of Empires number 3?
No, 3. Some one of the later ones.
Oh, geez, that's a good looking buffalo though. That's a good looking buffalo. Okay, we got buffalo. We got huts. Is this Civ? This can't be Civ. This isn't. This doesn't look civvy.
No, that
does
doesn't
it?
even look. That doesn't even look like Civ.
No. What is it?
I have no idea.
Buffalo. Is it another Age of Empires?
I don't know. Farmville 2005.
Age of Empires 4. Okay. Nope. Okay, we got an encampment. This is Safari Tycoon. Safari
You
Adventures
actually might be
Africa.
right.
Is that really what it is? World Safari Friendship Totems. I really just put that in. How many Tycoon games do they have here? Fish Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon DS2, Pinball Tycoon. Get out of here with that. What is Offshore Tycoon? How about Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection?
Okay.
Feeling lucky? Dude, it's definitely...
It is a zoo simulator. It's got to be a zoo simulator. Yeah,
it
you are correct.
definitely is. It's a management game. It's a zoo game. What was that Microsoft one? That's the only one I really played.
I don't know.
Zoo Hospital, Zoo
World
Tycoon.
of Zoo, Zoo Tycoon.
World of Zoos. Megs, what was that one that you gave us? The zoo, it was a Microsoft launch title. Hold, please.
Can't stand it. For those of you that are still waiting right now, Enrique is the only one who has commented in the chat. So Enrique, you are set up to win this mystery box. If you want a chance to win, you need to be subscribed and you need to drop a comment. Meg's now in. This doesn't look like Zoo Tycoon.
This doesn't look like Zoo
is Meg's
Tycoon?
response.
I don't
So
know.
Meg, by happenstance, is now commented. So you now have a two-way tie for who's going to win the giveaway. We might have to do a good old pick a number here once we get down to the end.
Zoo Tycoon, we're doing it. Zoo Tycoon, go. Oh, no. What the heck? Zoo, you can hunt the animals. Well, this is just ridiculous. I mean, it's definitely a zoo.
So it's got to
game.
be a safari. It's got to be a safari.
Zoo Tycoon. It's definitely Zoo Tycoon game. Yeah, for sure. I don't like how they have. Okay, we've guessed Zoo Tycoon twice, so it's not that. You said safari. I like the way you move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played any of these.
Zookeeper. Zoo vet. Endangered animals. Zooblies.
That seems.
World of Zoo. Dude, this sounds like Planet Zoo. That's garbage. Get out of here with this game. I'm gonna flip things, okay? That is garbo, Barbo. World of Zoo. Planet Zoo. Get the out of here with the Zookeeper.
All right, last 60 seconds on anybody else who wants to get in to win this. We are here now. We've got it. Right now, it's between Meg, who was very helpful, but we didn't quite get there, and Eric, Enrique. Let's just see what's inside.
What's in the box? Oh, how's that for your ASMR? We were recently told by an avid listener that we have a lot going for us in the ASMR space. And, you know, we really appreciate the input. We'll take that and put it in the suggestion box on the ASMR. So here we are. It's in a, oh my gosh, it's already in a packing box. I don't even need to pack it. I'll just ship it right to you. You just let me know. Wasn't expecting to conduct surgery tonight, but let's see how it goes. Okay.
Get this guy's tweezers. Somebody get the tweezers.
Okay. All right.
You can just drop it on the ground.
No, son of a biscuit. That really smarted. Got it. Broke the seal, Captain. And it is revealed. What's in the box? I know. Can't handle it either. Here we go. Are you ready, Phil?
Yeah, let's pull them out. Pull it out. Let's see what it is. Bring it up to the camera.
We go. We have.
Okay, got a Chewbacca figurine.
A Chewbacca figurine. Here we go. We have a Zurg Funko Pop.
Oh, that's cool.
Zurg.
I like that. Dig that.
We have a Stormtrooper Funko Soda. Okay.
Which is yours.
Which yes. Definitely. We got a little keychain that is a blue M&M. I don't know if the blue M&M is the one that got canceled, but that might be a collector's item now. I don't know. Look it up. And there's some other stuff that is in our other items that are in here as well. We have a sealed comic, King Conan.
Who is it? King Conan?
What is King Conan?
Okay.
Isn't that a Kendrick Lamar song? Tales of the Titans as well. These are sealed. I don't know if that means big things, but it could mean big things, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool box. It's worth the value, I think.
Dude, it really is. And these have cool little backers in them. Tales of the Titans, some sweet giveaways. There's a sweet Funko Pop. This is cool. Okay, this is going to someone. Someone's getting a grand giveaway here. we're going to ship all these funsies to you, and you can become a collector of all the madness. So here we go. It's between Megan and Enrique. It is. So how are we going to do this? We want to roll a die?
Yeah, we can roll a dice if you have a dice in front of you, or you can always pull up a
Let's do that.
pull up a coin flipping app or flip a coin on your desk.
Okay. Let's have you somebody pick are you heads or you tails? Megan, you can choose. Enrique, you can choose. Whomever plugs in first, you get to choose if you are heads or you are tails. And the winner, I'll send this half-eaten Twix to you as well.
Do you have a coin in front of you?
Megan chooses tails, and Enrique chooses heads.
And that's perfect.
Meant to be. Okay, shall we flip? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Coins up. Tails is your winner. Megan the Mighty knocking it down. Okay. You are the winner, Megs. We're gonna have to like set you up with a nerd shelf at some point where you can put all this sweet stuff on display. What do you think?
Yo, it's called Your House.
Add it to the shelf.
Meg
Is
just
that what you're saying?
coming in. Meg's coming in the clutch. I love it. That's a great mystery box.
Dude, I'm excited. That was some good stuff in there. That was good stuff. So congratulations, Megan. I also have your last prize somewhere around here, so we'll figure that out as well. But I'll see you this. I'll see you this weekend. Yeah, congrats, Meg. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being part of the action. Appreciate it. It has been a darn good night. And earlier this day, we talked about the rat, the potion, or the lock. Should we dive into that right now?
Yeah, I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
You, unfortunately, you didn't vote for yourself, so please don't pick number 3 and put yourself in a tie.
I did not.
But you really only have one option.
Yeah, so this is your last chance to dance. If you're in the chat and you want to be a part of it, now would be the chance. We are asking, which one do you choose? Do you befriend the rat? Do you drink the potion? Or do you pick the lock? Right now, 2 people are saying, hey, you should befriend this rat. The other 2 people are saying, yo, you should pick this lock. What's going to happen? 3, 2, 1. We're going to befriend a nasty rat. So we're going to open this dungeon file. It says dungeon on it. And we are going to open number 1, which is titled The Rat. Boom. We're going to be playing A Plague's Tale Requiem. Came out last year, and it creeps me out to the max. Why? Because the rat physics in this game are petrifying. There are seas of rats that are carrying dead people around, and that is going to be the next title that I'm going to play. So, if you're worried about me scarring my children for life, don't be, because it's going to happen regardless. We're just going to do it with a rat-based video game this week. Who's excited? I am.
There it is. It's been decided by the chat. You are playing a game that's freaking you out.
Dude, we're playing a game. It's freaking me out. It's called the Rat Game, and it's called Requiem for a Dream, or something like that. Requiem for a Dream is probably even worse than this, but hey, it is what it is. So there we go. That's how we're doing. So before we kind of end the show today, we have a few more things to talk about. You recently saw a movie, correct?
I did. I went and saw the Mario movie, and so did you. Actually, my son's seen it twice. Do you want to give what is your final thoughts without spoilers?
I mean, it's all about the state of games.
I'm going crazy right now. You can't do this to me.
And the state of games is that the movies in the video game sphere are the best they have ever been. Okay? I think this movie is absolutely stellar. It does everything that I want it to do in a Mario title. I think that it threads the needle between making video games a good movie to watch. I loved it. What'd you think?
That was okay. I mean, I thought that it paid to the nostalgia of all the different things that came out. I mean, look, it's all in context, right?
I
It's a
hate
kid's
fun.
movie.
I hate fun. It's horrible.
It was fine. The graphics were cool. I mean, here's the thing. If I had any complaint that was valid about the movie, it would be this. I know that in the beginning of the movie, they are paying homage to the 1980s movie where Mario's living at home with his brother and they have a plumbing business, and the whole idea was to pay homage to all the different titles that have come out. But sometimes you just need to let a fantasy world be a fantasy world, and not every character needs to have an origin story that's rooted in the real world. They should have just jumped right into the action. They didn't need that first 15 minutes of the movie. They simply could have just like jumped right into them being in, and I think I probably would have enjoyed it more.
No way, dude. You got to set the stage. Totally. It's got to be grounded in reality. That way they can break the fourth wall the entire time. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, they got to establish the characters before you put them into the... It's a fish out of water. You got to make sure you know the fish before you put it out of water. You know what I mean?
Unless it's a jumping fish, right, that jumps out of water, in which case...
Okay.
Right.
So, in the Discord, there was people that are like, the characters aren't really established. And, like, I understand that complaint. But could you imagine if there wasn't that first 15 minutes? Then you would have no stakes whatsoever, right?
Yeah, it would have just been a better movie. That's what I think. If he just would have been like, if Mario just woke up and he was just in wherever he is, Mario Land, which is named after him, ironically, and yet he shows up there after the fact. And he just wakes up and he just like goes about his Mario business, eating mushrooms and doing all these things. It would have been a much better film.
But then how would they work in Chris Pratt if they started him in the Mario world? That wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
Right?
Less Chris Pratt and more original Mario, I think.
What did you think of Bowser?
Why does Bowser got to be in love with Peach? Why can't Bowser just be a bad dude? And he's not. I mean, he's not really in love with Peach in any of the games, is he?
I mean, he's trying to kidnap her. So yeah. I mean, isn't that how you show love?
I mean, you don't just move and in one of the games, right? What was it, Super Mario Land 3, where he has his children kidnap her and then moves from all different castles, and you have to fight all of Bowser's children. Like, when we really take this in context, the whole thing is quite weird.
Dude, he's keeping it in the family. He's showing the kids how to run the family business, which is kidnapping princesses. Okay,
Moving them 9 times.
I thought this movie was like amazing. Like, I thought they did everything right in terms of them setting up a world. It feels like they could really go in the Donkey Kong direction. They could bring in some other characters from outside the world. You know, in that first scene, there's a little trinket of the Star Fox Jet like sitting on his TV, like they could pull in the Star Fox universe. I thought it was just very well done in terms of setting up the world. At the end of the day, it's a kids movie, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. I think that I think that they had such a difficult job in terms of threading the needle, in terms of playing to our generation's nostalgia while still making it accessible to kids, while working in all these franchises in a 90-minute runtime is like very, very difficult, high level of execution. And I feel like they nailed it. Like I have no complaints. I think it's great, and Phil's wrong. So there's that.
I think that you are correct in that context, which is that no matter what they did, someone was going to be unhappy with it. And I think that they did a great job overall with keeping everyone happy. But like, why didn't Bowser just eat the superstar to begin with?
Because that's like the villain telling you his plot. That's part of the thing. You know what I mean?
He could have just eaten it. There would have been no movie or whatever, and then he would have had it. Right, for 6 minutes.
Are you mad at the under sewer turtle? Is that what's happening here? I don't know. I think Peach was pretty cool though, and I think they did a really good job with Donkey Kong. He was probably my favorite character.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have. So I guess we can find peace. We can find middle ground here to say it was okay.
What I mean, okay. Did you take your wife to it?
We did. Yeah, she loved it.
She loved it.
She thought it was great. Yeah, she thought it was great. I mean, look, in out of our dynamic, I'm the resident hater. Okay, I'm the one who just decides everybody likes something, so now I have to not like it. So I mean, I have to fulfill that role. You're probably right. I'm probably wrong in this particular case.
I think you're just really holding out for the Luigi movie. I get that. I mean, I think you're broken as a person.
Yeah, I mean, well, my original argument of Luigi doesn't do anything was completely rectified by that film, because he does nothing in that movie except for get captured. That's
right?
all all he does in the whole
No
movie.
joke. What a waste of Charlie Day. Can we talk about it? He
I know.
was the most
Yeah.
exciting part of that cast, and that was very disappointing.
Yep.
Yeah, Mario
Yes.
2 coming soon. It's called Waluigi. Everyone's favorite. Waluigi comes in. I think
What
so.
else do we have for news stories? Well, we can glaze over this next one pretty quickly, which is May 12th through 14th, Diablo 4 beta. They are actually trying to break the servers, which is actually good news. I typically don't like reporting on news stories, but I will in this case simply because I think this is a good move. Blizzard has notoriously been known for having their servers crash on day one and people having long queue times. So the fact that they're doing one more beta before the game launches a month later to really try to make sure that their servers are fully up to date, so that way when Shelby and I jump on 9 days after everyone else has already played, we won't have issues with Diablo 4. I think it's great news.
After the servers have already been lit on fire and restarted. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Correct. I think it's good news.
I think so too. And like they obviously had a lot of traction in that first beta. Hopefully the second beta is just as well trafficked. I would imagine it would be. So I mean, more power to them, and enjoy it. I know there's a lot of people on our Discord, Big Doug and a handful of others that are like, "Yeah, bro, let's do this." So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And then what do we have for our last story of the day, which is tonight at 9 p.m., right? Early release
13 minutes
the
ago.
trailer for Jedi Survivor. It releases tonight.
Oh my gosh, this game looks so cool. This game looks so cool. I'm so excited for this. I played the first one. I enjoyed it greatly. I'm not normally a Dark Souls guy, but I thought this did a really good job of blending like that Dark Soulsian kind of runs as with action. Like it didn't feel too overly difficult in spots. It was challenging, but it had stakes, and I thought they really did a good job of blending those two genres. And also, like, I'm ready for more Star Wars. Look how pretty the lightsabers are, Phil. Look.
It looks good. Graphically, it looks amazing. I'll let you decide how it is, and then you can tell me, because my year has already been booked as far as games are concerned. But it looks nice. It looks cool. You'll have to tell me if you think it was worth the money. This could be, I'm just saying, to be the good friend that I am, this could be exactly what you need right now after playing about 3 point and click adventures in a row and pretty much been playing point and click adventures since January of this year.
Yeah.
This might be what you need to kind of get you back into the groove of combat games.
Well, shoot, now that I get to play the Rat game too, that's a very action heavy game. So the fact that I'm getting more action games like back in my wheelhouse is like something that I'm happy with. You know how crazy obsessive I am about making sure that I don't miss out on any of the game of the year lists. And it was very like point and click adventure heavy in 2022. And there's still one more that's on like everybody's list that is a point and click adventure, and it's called Pentiment. But I think I'm gonna park that for a little while. It's time for some action, baby.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Jedi's look so cool. I can't wait. I can't wait. Give me more. And like we just finished Mando. Like Mando just finished as a series, or the season 3. I mean, it could be a season finale. That's up for speculation. But long story short, like I need something to fill my Star Wars Marvel gap right now, and this is going to be it.
It looks amazing. You'll have to let me know how it is. And that's yeah. I watched the trailer today. I didn't even realize it was going to be out, but it looks good. Looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find a hard copy just so I can hand it off to a friend when that moment arises. I bought Hogwarts on the digital copy, and I don't regret it, but like having something that I can hand off to somebody else is kind of cool. And who knows, it may be a good way to do a little giveaway for this here cast at some point. So
You got some good ideas there.
I got a stack of games. I got Zoo Tycoon, which obviously I've never even freaking played because I couldn't win guess that game. But thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you being here with Backlog Battler episode for April 27th of 2023. We'll be back in 2 weeks to do it all again. Tell you about what games you should play, you shouldn't play, and where to spend your time. Thanks for joining us. Phil, you got anything else before we say goodnight to these fine folks?
I think so tonight. I mean, be happy for those of you that are watching that catch us on VOD. You're done with Atomic Heart. I will hopefully play a game with a smaller time to beat so we can have a little bit more to talk about. That's not just Atomic Heart for 2 months. But yeah, I'm ready. We'll sign it off. Take it out of here. Another great show.
Yes, it is. Thanks for joining us. If you are plugged into the Underpowered channel, please continue to do so. We're on YouTube. We just started a Facebook. Come join us on the Facebook. If you want to be friends and family with us, you just join us over there. But we're doing things. We're blowing things up. The numbers are going up, and we couldn't do it without y'all. So thank you for joining us tonight and in future nights. Eric will be back next Thursday with a Pokemon underpowered Pokemon hour. So feel free to join us then. Till then and now, be well, have fun, and we will see you on the flip side. We out.
Here.
Ciao.